A young man takes a woman out on a date and orders a single plate of chicken biryani. The total bill comes to exactly 370 rupees. When the meal ends and the woman asks to be dropped home, the man stops. He decides that those 370 rupees entitle him to a physical return on his investment. Despite her clear refusal, he ignores her boundaries. He forces himself upon her, driven by a sense of financial ownership over her body. This sequence is a calculated violation. It is textbook sexual assault, fueled by a culture of patriarchal entitlement. This isn't a police report or a private confession. This account was proudly shared by the perpetrator, a 23-year-old named Himanshu, into a live microphone while a comedy club audience laughed along. The host, comedian Pranit More, doesn't intervene. He brands the story as relatable Gurgan content, gives Himanshu half an hour of stage time, and rewards the admission with a 5,000 rupee prize. In the race for online engagement, the boundary between edgy performance and an admission of assault has entirely collapsed. Pranit More's show is a symptom of a digital environment that rewards shock value. Algorithms prioritize high engagement interactions, regardless of the harm they broadcast. This pattern of pushing boundaries recently pulled in podcaster Ranveer Alabadia and comedian Samay Raina. During a YouTube broadcast, Alabadia subjected a guest to such vulgar and explicit questioning that it led to multiple police reports and a sharp reprimand from the Supreme Court. Moore has faced these warnings before. On national television, actor Salman Khan had to stop a recording to warn the comedian about his inappropriate and offensive interactions with women in the audience. These platforms transform viral hostility into a profitable business model. When creators monetize harassment, the digital landscape becomes an inherently hostile space for women. This return on investment mindset suggests that basic decency or a cheap meal is a contract for buying consent. When an audience laughs at these stories, the room provides collective psychological validation. The host's encouragement and the crowd's applause signal to the perpetrator that his actions are not just acceptable, but entertaining. This environment silences victims. When women speak out against this content online, they are met with coordinated trolling and further threats to their safety. Ultimately, humor built on the degradation of women normalizes predatory behavior and sustains a culture of real-world violence. After the clip went viral, Himanshu lost his job and Pranit More deleted his Instagram page following a brief apology. But the fallout was purely social. Despite the public outrage, no formal legal charges were filed and no criminal investigation was launched against the men involved. Even institutional responses focused on social media engagement. The Mumbai police used the hashtag Biryani is not consent to join the trend, prioritizing a viral message over direct legal intervention. When PR apologies and witty hashtags replace criminal consequences, it creates an illusion of progress, while the underlying system remains unchanged. Entertainment must evolve past using dark humor as a shield for normalized cruelty. A microphone is not a license to broadcast an admission of a crime. Audiences must refuse to give toxic content the clicks it needs to survive, and platforms must enforce harassment policies proactively, rather than waiting for victims to complain. The burden of safety must shift. We must stop asking women to avoid harassment and demand men actively unlearn patriarchal and predatory behavior. Women are perfectly capable of buying their own biryani. The digital comedy world needs a punchline that doesn't rely on their violation.